And now for the joke of the day. First we have
Kaylee Thompson, 6th grade. What do you get when you cross a cat with a dark horse? Kitty purry.
Oh yeah! Such a knee slapper! Oh.
shoot is Saturday, January 9th at Chisholm Elementary. The age groups are 10 to 11, 12 and 13 for boys and girls. You cannot be older than 13 by next April 1st. The contest is 10 free throws. The number one boy and girl from each division with the highest score will be able to go to Chisholm on the 9th of January. If you win on the 9th, you go to Kingfisher on the 23rd of January. You must sign up today. I'll have a sign-up sheet in the gym. Those that want to participate that are in RTI in the auditorium tomorrow, we will do the contest tomorrow. If you're not in the auditorium, we will do it Wednesday during your lunch period. Okay? Go Seahawks! Woo-woo!
The mic should be hot now. Hot mic, it's on.
Try this microphone. I think it's working.
Hello? Okay. Up next is Kaylee Maxey for talent.
Microphone's working if you need it. Yep. Just pick it up out of that stand.
Our speaker today is Mr. Beauchamp discussing AAA goals. After that, we will have our weekly videos.
Let's go ahead and go to our clubcast and our newscast if we have both of those. Are both of those available?
Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. I hope I just made your day.
Hi, I'm Connor, and this will be your Sports Vial video. Ronda Rousey getting KO'd. First loss.
Beautiful. Beautiful. She's hurt. Is in trouble. She's hurt. How are they looking?
Hi, I'm Mason. This is your movie trailer for the week, Krampus.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling.
Merry Christmas! Looks like Martha Stewart threw up in here.
This is delicious, honey.
A little dry.
Well, mine's delicious.
Mine's dry.
Do you want to trade?
It's Christmas. It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
With those holiday greetings and gifts.
How we were going to survive Christmas with 12 people stuck in a house with no heat and no electricity.
Or food.
There's plenty of leftovers, Howard.
Beer it is.
That's the weirdest thing. There's no cars, no people.
How long can this keep up?
We heard something on the roof.
St. Nicholas is not coming this year. Instead, a much darker, ancient spirit.
Those are hooves. Elk or a goat?
What kind of goat walks on its hind legs?
His name is Krampus. He and his helpers did not come to give, but to take.
Everybody, hold on to each other.
He is the shadow of Saint Nicholas.
It's Christmas. Nothing bad's gonna happen on Christmas.
Have a great week, Waller.
Hi, my name is Dan Ryan from the Straight Chester Club, and I'm here with Barrett Gamble. And Barrett, I heard you guys had a game last night, right?
Yeah, we faced Chisholm.
How'd you guys do?
We didn't play too well. We had some bad passes. We should have ran offense a little bit better.
So, what's the key of that game to play the next game? What do you need to work on that you guys didn't do that game? So next game you go out and win.
Our 2-3 defense.
Okay, and you guys played in Fairview, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Hi, my name is Darren Ryan, and I'm here with
Jack Fawcett.
And Jack, did you lose electricity over Thanksgiving break?
Yeah, for like 5 days.
For 5 days? Like, did anything interesting happen? Like, anything?
Like, a tree fell on a power line and caught our fence on fire.
So a tree, like, fell, like, on the power line, and the power line fell on the fence?
Mm-hmm, it caught on fire.
Like, was it a big one, or was it a small one?
It was pretty small, but, like, it was bad.
Like, where were you, when it caught on fire? Were you in the house?
I was at basketball practice.
You at where?
Basketball practice.
So was that on a Sunday?
Yes.
Sunday? Well, thank you, Jack.
Okay, good. Well, we're going to figure this sound out. Wireless mic. Let's get locked in. Majors, you ready? Okay, we'll go eyes and ears right here then. Monthly update on our AAA goals. Got some good things to talk about. Have some other things that we're going to continue to address. Oh. Can I use, let me see if I can, every time I push forward, okay, let's try that. Now, every time I'm pushing it forward, it's advancing to here. I'll just have you manually help me with it then. Okay, yeah, let's go to slide 2, attendance, talk about attendance. Not where we want to be, I think. Everybody, actually the 8th grade went back 2/10 of a point. Last time you guys were at 94.2. 7th grade and 6th grade, I think both advanced a couple tenths of a point. 95%'s that goal. And we'll talk about being consistent, what attendance and what being able to be dependable. Having people count on you. One, having to be able to count on yourself, but how much research shows, whether it's at school or whether it's work, if you're a part of something, be it a part of something in that 95% criteria, how important that it is that you're there. Not only that you're there, that you're engaged, and we'll talk about that engagement data later on, but making sure we're here. You got to be here first. Next one. Attitude, very impressed with this one, how we've come along in the last couple months. We're almost there. 1 in the 8th grade puts you guys at 99.6% and 0 in the 7th and 6th grade. So give yourselves a round of applause. Pretty good. Pretty impressive last month on your work hard, be nice. So appreciate you guys doing that. Much improved, much improved. Next slide. want to be in some of this, guys, and we've got it under the attitude category, but when we look behind the scenes and we break it down, a huge majority of this, of why you guys, and these are really detentions, there's very minimal on ISP and Saturday school compared to what you're doing detention-wise. This has reduced, this kind of picked up a little bit towards the end of the month. These have went down substantially, but we're still, 58% only. So the other group of that is getting some type of detention or Saturday school or ISP, but the big majority of this, guys, for all of you, when we look at it, is missed assignments or missing work. You guys are being placed in detention for one of two things. The huge majority of it is missing work. The number two thing is you can't keep your hands to yourself. Whether you're all touching and loving and hugging, squeezing each other, or you're pushing and poking on each other. Keep your hands to yourself and turn your stuff in. And really, this will be pretty much zero. Well, for sure, if we eliminate both of those two things, your missing work and your hands, we're well above the 95% criteria. So that's going to be the big focus. Next slide. Academics, 8th grade, flat out disgusting. Majors, disgusting. Only 15% of you in this whole group do not have a missing assignment. Dependable? No. Reliable? No. Trustworthy? No. 15% of you. In 7th and 6th grade, that's pretty sad if you ask me too. 25 and 29% of you, 3/4 of you have a missing assignment. Can you be counted on? Are you dependable? Are you doing those things that are going to create success and allow you to have choices later on in life? This data, guys, tells us no. And it relates to everything else. This slide pretty much relates to every other thing on here. Whether it's the attitude and the detentions and why you're getting the detentions because you have that laissez-faire, I don't care attitude. I don't know if that's what it is, but you're not doing it. And then that leads to your grades as well. Next one. Academics, direct correlation. You saw that before. 15% of you don't have zeros, or only not even 60% of you have grades at C or above in the 8th grade. 6th grade, 7th grade, not very impressive either. The 74% should have no problem having 100% of our population, every single kid in here, with a grade or a C or above. And I'll go back to my same theory. I'll say it again. I'll wear it out. I believe in middle school, you have to try to get a D or an F. You have to try. And sometimes that have to try is try by not doing things. And that's kind of what our data is showing is going on around here. We're not doing those things. We're simply not doing assignments. Next slide. GPA, 8th grade 299, 320, 329. 6th grade is winning that one. Actually, the only ones meeting that goal of 325. Again, where does it correlate to? Turn your stuff in. A 40, a 50, a 30, anything is better than a 0. Just start turning stuff in. Next slide. Talked about that AAA communication, what we're doing as a staff. We're going to continue to do some more of these things. The bottom one is really the thing that we're going to start implementing more and more. Have done this a couple times last month. Are going to continue to select students on a weekly basis, and we're going to have all of your teachers, we're going to excuse them. We're going to DCA them out of class. We're going to DCA you out of class. We're going to get your parents up here. We're going to get the principals. We're going to get the counselors, and we're going to have a big conference hall meeting. And I think a lot of it is going to relate back to 3 slides ago. Why are you not doing your work? So we're all going to get together as a team, and we're going to create a plan, and we're going to put a plan in place, whether that's some things that we can do here at school for you or some things that you can do at home to make sure that you're successful. Next slide. Eagle Vision, going to continue to refine that. Next week, or semester test week, we will not be on that RTI, that Eagle Vision schedule. Menchaca, if you need something, come on up here. I'll give you the microphone. If not, go to the cafeteria. We're going to continue to refine that. So this Tuesday and Thursday will be the last 2 of this semester. Guys, you have 10 days. You have 10 days, whether it's GPA, whether it's missing assignments, whether it's zeros, you have 10 days to fix those before the end of the semester. Next week's all semester test. This is your last week, and then grades go in 10 days from now. So the big thing on refining this, Coach Miller talked about, we're going to do some basketball hoop shoot things with those people in the auditorium. We're going to add in that yoga class starting next semester, and we'll look to add back some of those music performance classes during that time as well. Next. Missing. Some of this happens. We talked about wrestling. We talked about basketball. There's some sporting events going on. Some of you guys are even being DCA'd, whether it's speech and drama or music performances, or if you're sick. For some reason, if you aren't in school, whose responsibility is it to find out what you need to do? Whose responsibility is it to find out when you miss what you need to do? Yours. Your responsibility. Be proactive. If you know ahead of time, make sure you talk to that teacher ahead of time. Have that conversation ahead of time. Have a buddy in your class, making sure somebody, whether it's notes, whether it's assignments, somebody that can help you be accountable. And the last thing is make sure you know your teacher's procedures. If you've got 8 different teachers, you've probably got 8 different procedures. Whether they have a folder on the wall, whether they have something they want you to come and get it from them, whether it's something online, whether they want you to email them, know those procedures because ultimately you're the one responsible. Next. Talked about it before, those 2 different things, taking care of your zeros, doing your missing assignments, and keeping your hands to yourself. If we will eliminate those 2 things, if we will clean up those 2 things, you guys will be near perfect on that detention list. Are you allowed to hold hands in the hallway? Are you allowed to hug? Are you allowed to touch anybody? Our rule, no. Keep your hands to yourself. Hear this in the office a lot. Well, we were just playing. No. You do not touch another person here at Waller. Next. Looking at and this is one thing I found very interesting. Love talking about football, love watching football. The thing that these top 4 teams, whether they were interviewing their players after the game, whether they were interviewing their coaches, a neat thing that I saw, OU, their players consistently, they interviewed them, they interviewed the staff. What's the big thing you guys did? Hey, you guys had this huge loss at the beginning of the year. You were an 8-5 team last year. What do you guys attribute your success to? To a man across the board. You know what they said? There's a love for each other on this team. We care about each other. When somebody's not being accountable, we hold each other accountable. We really have a family atmosphere. We care about each other. Alabama, they interviewed that big running back. I bet he wins the Heisman Trophy, him and that McCaffrey kid probably, right? No. I'll bet you $1. Okay. They interviewed him after the game. And they talked to him about, hey, winning the national championship, trying to get him to talk about looking ahead or looking past somebody. And hear what he said? He answered back. He said, we're going back to work. We're going back. It's about work. We understand it's a process. We're going back to work. We're not thinking about the national champion. We're thinking about going to work. And after they interviewed him, those broadcasters were talking about, they're like, man, those guys have it figured out. You know, any other kid probably in the country, they would have asked him about the national championship. He would have went on and talked about all these other things. He went right back to what's important. He understood what got him there in the first place. They work really, really hard. Michigan State, interviewing their coach, hey, how have you guys been able to be consistently so good? How did you guys get yourself in the national championship picture this year? He said it's about, we feel everybody on this team, everybody in this organization providing positive energy. We know our goal. It's providing that positive energy going after that goal. And then Clemson, the same thing. He said it, I think, when our goal is to be better. If we want to be the best, we talk about being better every day. It's about being consistent. And we talked about our attendance and those things. Being consistent. Can you be counted on? Are you dependable? Are you trustworthy? To me, the most important thing in this world, above all else, is trust. And some people talk about love. I don't think you can have that until you can trust somebody else. I've got 3 little kids. I've got a wife. We love each other dearly. And you know what allows us to have that? It's because we trust each other. There's a trust there. You can't be trusted if you can't be counted upon. Are you going to be here all the time? And are you going to do what you're supposed to do? Because nobody's asking you to do something very unrealistic. They're just asking you to do the simple things over and over and over again. Show up. Do your job. Show up. Do your job over and over and over again. You'll be amazed at the results that you get. Next slide. Engagement data. I talked for the past month. I've been walking around to all of your classrooms looking at what you guys have been doing. 3 types of engagement. Had over 130 data points of being in your room and seeing you guys act in the classroom. Broke it all down into 3 different categories. Active. Were you an active participant? Were you involved in that lesson? Were you doing something? Or passive? Were you just sitting there? And that might not be a bad thing, the passive one. You might be sitting there doing some independent work. That's not a horrible thing. But if that's all you do, that's not a good thing. Riley Bennett, would you please get up and go to the cafeteria? And then the third thing is disruptive. An example of that would be if I'm in here talking, you're disrupting somebody else around you. So over 130 data points, and I looked at it. This is whole school right here. This is everybody. And I broke it down by 6th grade. I broke it down by 7th grade. I broke it down by 8th grade. You guys were all within 2 to 4 percentage points of this. So pretty reliable where we are as a whole student body. It's the same thing. 27% of the time we're active, 61% of the time passive, and 12% disruptive. The bottom should absolutely be 0. And I'm not certain on what the correct balance is on the top 2. I think there's a time and a place for both of them. And I think we're probably right on. I think you guys you're going to need to sit and do a lot of that drill practice, but also you're going to need to be active in doing some of those things. So a 3 to 1, I think that's probably fairly accurate. I'm not opposed to the top 2. The bottom one, though, is what we need to fix. Next slide. I want to recognize these 5 students, guys. You guys, and didn't know if some of you guys met the last couple of weeks. There's been a couple different school groups come by here. They want to see what you guys are doing in the classroom. They want to see what you guys are doing in clubs. They want to see what you guys are doing in RTI. So we've been fortunate to tour those groups around. And then some state agencies have asked if we would come present on those things. This past week, the University of Oklahoma invited us to come present at their Innovative Learning Institute. It was held off campus at the Embassy Suites, but we were able to go that morning, and these 5 guys got to go on a tour of the University of Oklahoma football facilities. They got to go in the coaches' offices, and I don't know if it was Kimry or the other one. I think somebody sat in Bob Stoops' chair, but that's a picture of them with the recent Big 12 championship trophy. So you 5 guys that presented at OU, you guys please stand up. I think maybe Luke is in the back. Give these guys a round of applause. They stood up in front of what you guys are doing here at Waller Middle School, and they specifically talked about the club process. So thank you guys for representing us, representing all of us down there. Next slide. Oh, Caleb, is he here today? I haven't touched base with him today. Is Caleb here? Okay. You want a piece of this or no? Okay, we'll move on then. Next. I'll let him talk about that maybe next semester. But if you guys, we had a soccer match versus Longfellow. We're going to have another one before spring break. If you are meeting those AAA goals, you will be DCA'd to go out there and watch that match. And I'll let him talk about that later on. Gives to Others, Waller GTO. We're going to continue that. You guys have talked about it. We're doing it by our clubs this year. The thing about GTO, guys, it is more impactful. It is more what it is, what it's supposed to be, if that comes from you. And it's great that we've got a guy that comes here and sponsors us and allows us to do those things. Several clubs have stepped up and asked me, hey, can we do something can we bring stuff? Can we bring these items? Can we go get an angel? Can we go? Absolutely. I think that's really what you guys are now getting, that GTO spirit, is you doing it yourself. So I applaud you guys for doing that. Just wanted to make the announcement that any club wants to continue to go above and beyond and do some things from your own. That's really what GTO is. And I think that's it for today. We are over the bell. Coach Miller, what do you think? We send them now, or we got 3-minute and 41-second movie to watch? Okay. Ten days left. 10 days for you to take care of what you need to take care of. 10 days to get those zeros filled in. 10 days to be responsible. 10 days to build trust with yourself and your teachers.
Baby blue staring in the window pane, just counting drops of rain, wondering if she's got the guts to take it, running down her dreams in a dirty dress. Now her heart's a mess, praying she will find a way to make it. So keep on climbing though the ground might shake. Just keep on reaching though the limb might break. We've come this far, don't you be scared now, 'cause you
able to be trusted. Be able to be trusted. You do that by being counted on. Can you repeatedly do those simple things over and over and over again? It's supposed to be beautiful this week. Should be outside all week. You guys have a great Monday. Have a great rest of your week. 8th grade, let's get out of here first.